Fuck. Not as good as I wanted to do. Not as good as I wanted to do with that. Oh well. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today we're doing a 2-week real-world carry review of the Incog X in the waistband holster from Safariland and Haley Strategic. This holster is specifically for the Springfield Hellcat Pro with a TRL-7 mounted weapon light. This is not a long-term review yet, but it's also not a first impression either. I've worn this holster every day for the past 2 weeks through real life, driving, walking, sitting, shopping, range time, and across different clothing setups. Today we're talking about comfort over time, concealment, accessibility, belt compatibility, and whether the Incog X actually holds up in daily carry. I'll still be doing a longer follow-up later, but this video is about what 2 weeks of real use revealed to me. The holster wasn't a random purchase. I've been surviving with a $30 holster from a local FFL till I decided it was time to upgrade. The holster was okay, but there wasn't a way for me to run a weapon light or a mag caddy, and to make things worse, grip acquisition was horrible, so began the search, and I spent time searching for a replacement holster for my Hellcat Pro. I compared multiple brands, prices, materials, and real user reviews. I even recorded the entire online shopping process, comparing options, reading reviews, and weighing pros and cons. That video is linked in the description if you want to see the full journey. After all that, I landed on the Incog X, a newly redesigned RDS compatible in the waistband holster, created as a collaboration between Haley Strategic Partners and Safariland. The collaboration alone set expectations high. I purchased this holster on December 31st. At the time of the purchase, the expected delivery window was 21 days with standard shipping. I received this holster on January 10th. So shipping was significantly faster than I expected. No delays, no issues, no surprises. That's all a good start. When I opened the package, the holster came in a red Ziploc style bag. Nothing fancy, but clean and straightforward. I did have to attach the holster body to the magazine caddy myself, which honestly wasn't a problem at all. If anything, I actually prefer that. It allows me to run the holster with the mag caddy on some days or without it on others. That flexibility matters for everyday carry. Over the course of wearing this holster for 2 weeks, the first thing that consistently stood out was the micro suede. This thing is so soft. I've worn multiple in the waistband holsters in the past, and comfort is usually the first that falls short. This one didn't. The body facing side is lined with micro suede, and that makes a noticeable difference for all day wear. But comfort alone is not enough. The Incog X comes with adjustable claw wedges, and I really like this design choice. The wedges gave me the clearance I needed to get a proper grip on the handle of the Hellcat Pro. So hear me out. Comfort is important, but access to your firearm matters way more. This holster balances both. Now let's talk about concealment, because this is where the Incog X really stood out. I tested this holster with a t-shirt with a jacket, and more formal setup like a polo shirt tucked into some slacks. No matter the outfit, the holster stayed extremely low profile. When I placed the holster on my belt, the weapon just disappears. No obvious printing, no bulk, no consistent adjustments. Even under normal clothing, the Hellcat Pro stays well hidden. The Incog X does a great job pulling the grip inward toward the body, and that makes a huge difference. I wore this holster every day for 2 weeks. Some days were short, some days were long, some days involved a lot of movement. And to be completely transparent, one of those days involved compensating for a $130 holster purchase by taking my wife shopping. So yeah, real life. Across those 2 weeks, no hot spots, no pinching, no consistent checking or adjustments. The consistency matters more than a good first impression. I also took the holster to the range. Draws were clean, retention felt consistent, the holster stayed put during movement. A holster that conceals well but fails during live use isn't doing its job. This one held up. Over those same 2 weeks, I tested this holster with 2 different types of belts. The first few days was with a cheap belt I got from Walmart. I think it was about $14. And the rest of the time was with an Armortek Core Essentials leather belt. With the Wrangler belt, there wasn't enough rigidity or support. With the Core belt, however, support and stability were much better. There was one issue with the Armortek belt. The Armortek belt created a noticeable shelf near the buckle area. To counteract that, I had to move the buckle to my 3 o'clock position. While that works mechanically, it creates a new problem. In more formal outfits, A belt buckle after 3 o'clock can raise questions, and for those who know, it can signal that you're carrying. That's something I will be addressing in a future belt-focused video. Let's talk about the clips on the holster. These clips are thick, they're sturdy, and they inspire confidence. They don't feel flimsy, they don't flex excessively, and once they're on the belt, they stay put. Weak clips ruin good holsters. These just add to it. After the 2 weeks of real-world carry, the Incog X has proven itself where it matters most. Comfort over time, strong concealment across outfits, reliable access and retention, and confidence in daily carry. This isn't a 6-month verdict yet, but it's well past first impressions. The Incog X earned the place in my daily rotation, and that says a lot. So I'm going to continue testing this holster and follow over the long-term observation. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.